afternoon. Welcome to Recovering Perfectionist Mama, Grace in Progress podcast. I'm Buffy. For those of you that this is your first time joining us, welcome. Happy to have you. So to give you a little bit of information about me and why I have a podcast, I am a women's lifestyle creator on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, covering topics such as marriage, children, self-empowerment, self-improvement, mindset, mental health, fitness, nutrition, all the gambit of topics regarding women in the lifestyle space. My goal is to arm you with information that you can use so that you can make yourself aware and choose what you like, implement what you like to be able to level up and be an example for your children about living the life that you want to live. And then ultimately encourage them to do the same by your actions and by your happiness and such. And that be part of our legacy. What could be better, right? Additionally, I would like this to potentially be a space for women to learn together, grow together, build a community. So if you're interested in that, let me know too. So today, we are going to talk about how to live an intentional life, turning someday into today. Hey there, beautiful people. Welcome back to Recovering Perfectionist Mama, Grace in Progress podcast, where we turn good ideas into better lives. Let me start with a question. When was the last time you felt fully awake in your own life? Not just checking boxes, not just reacting, but choosing how you live, love, and show up. Most of us say we want to live intentionally, but then life happens. The to-do list wins, and intentional becomes another buzzword that sounds good on a coffee mug, which is not the kind of life that we want to live, is it? We want to actually live an intentional life, not just carry the mug around. Today, we're going to strip all the fluff away. No vision board cliches, no manifesting your vibe without action. This episode is about how to live on purpose for real. So grab your coffee, your journal, and your AirPods, and let's get into how to stop drifting and start directing your life today. The myth of balance and the power of choice. Let's start with the truth. You don't need balance. You need alignment. Balance says, try to juggle everything perfectly. There's the P word again, right? None of us are perfect. Alignment says, decide what actually matters and let the rest fall away. Living intentionally starts with choosing where your energy goes. Because every yes you say to something is an invisible no to something else, even if you don't realize it. Here's a practical exercise. Audit your last 7 days. Look at your calendar, your texts, your energy. Ask yourself, what did I give time to that didn't feel worth it? What actually filled me up? What did I say yes to out of guilt or habit? Now draw a line, literally, down the middle of a page. Label one column alignment, label the other noise. Every time you catch yourself doing something that feels heavy, draining, or disconnected, write it under noise. By the end of the week, you'll have a map of what's running your life, and it probably isn't your purpose. Intentional living starts with awareness, not aesthetics. Defining your values for real. You can't live intentionally if you don't know what your values are. But here's the kicker. Most people think their values are what they believe in. They're not. They're what you practice. Mindset shift there, huh? You might say you value health, but if your energy goes to stress and takeout, your practiced value is convenience. Not health, not wellness, convenience. So let's do this right now. 1, write down your top 5 values. 2, then ask for each one. How does this show up in the calendar? If your schedule doesn't reflect your values, your life won't either. Example, if one of your values is connection, but you scroll instead of calling your best friend, you've got a misalignment. Small shifts fix big gaps. Try this. Each week, pick one micro action per value. For health, it could be 10-minute walk after lunch. For growth, it might be reading 2 pages before bed. For connection, send one genuine message a day. That's it. Intentional living isn't about massive overhauls. It's about micro-alignment that compounds into change. Conscious decision-making, the pause effect. Here's the next level. Ready for it? Make conscious choices. Intentional living isn't about perfection. It's about pausing long enough to choose your response instead of reacting. I call it the pause practice. Before saying yes, replying, or reacting, pause for 5 seconds and ask, does this align with who I'm becoming? If not, what would align with it? What would align with me better? Is this coming from fear or from love? 5 seconds, that's it. You'll be amazed how often the pause saves you from regret. Bonus, use this practice for digital life too. Before you post, scroll, or click, ask, what am I feeding right now? Your attention is your currency. Spend it intentionally. Segment 4. Purpose isn't found, it's built. Everyone out there is trying to find their purpose, like it's hiding under a rock somewhere. But your purpose isn't lost. It's built through repetition of meaning. Think of it like this. Every intentional act is a brick. And so each brick, you're building your foundation. Think of it like this. The wall, your purpose, builds itself as you keep showing up. Ask yourself, what makes me lose track of time? Where do I feel useful and alive? What problem do I love solving? Purpose grows where curiosity and contribution meet. Here's the actionable part. Once a month, do a purpose pulse check. Reflect on 3 things. What gave me energy this month? What drained me? What felt meaningful? Then set one intention for the next month. That's how you build purpose, one brick at a time. Not by finding it, but by refining it. How to stay intentional when life gets messy. Let's be real. Intentional living is not easy. It isn't candles, yoga, and journaling 24/7. It's choosing calm in the chaos. 3 anchors to keep you grounded. 1, routines that remind you who you are. Morning stretch, nightly gratitude, weekly reset, whatever connects you back. Boundaries that protect your space. This can be a difficult one, especially for people pleasers. I can relate to that. We can't live intentionally if everyone has access to your energy 24/7. Most of those people don't deserve it, and most of those people would not give you a seat at their table 24/7. It's okay to say, I'll get back to you. That's a full sentence, and it's also polite. Grace for days you fall short. Intentional living is a direction, not a destination. You'll forget, you'll drift, then you'll wake up and choose again. That's still intentional. Integration, turning ideas into action. Let's wrap this up with this 3-step framework to actually live this out. Step 1, awareness. Notice where your intention and energy go. Audit weekly. Step 2, alignment. Adjust your habits to reflect your values. 1 micro action per value. Step 3, accountability. Share your intention with 1 trusted friend or journal it weekly. Living intentionally isn't a one-time decision. It's a daily dialogue with yourself. So maybe the real question isn't, how do I live intentionally? Maybe it's, how do I stop sleepwalking through my life and start designing it with my eyes open? If this episode sparks something in you, you don't just nod, act. Take 5 minutes to write your top 3 values and 1 micro action for each. Then share it with me at recovering_perfectionist_mama and tell me your intentional action of the week. Let's make this a movement, not a mood. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope that this left you with some actionable tips and strategies. And feel free to reach out to me on social media at recovering_perfectionist_mama. And hope you tune in again soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.